Here at digitalaccesspass.com, one of the things that we are most known for is our extraordinary commitment to technical support and single-minded focus on resolving support queries as fast as we possibly can. We are constantly looking to improve DAP and make it even better for our customers. Based on our experience working with thousands of customers, we know just by a problem description what might have caused the problem. So with the upcoming release of DAP, we are taking tech support to a whole new level. We are very excited to launch a fully automated, game-changing new tool for DAP that will allow you to troubleshoot various site-related issues like member access, content protection, email, caching, all by yourself with just a few clicks. Hi, I'm Veena Prashanth, co-founder and co-developer of digitalaccesspass.com. Ravi and I would like to introduce to you our groundbreaking new troubleshooting tool, the DAP Doctor. And we are betting that our already industry-leading support response times are going to cut down even further because this powerful do-it-yourself tool will let you troubleshoot issues instantaneously as they arise. Whether it's night, weekend, holidays, or a launch deadline to meet, DAP Doctor will work with you to help figure out the cause of any nagging issues and also fix it with a click of a few buttons. We have spent a lot of time developing the DAP Doctor, and as a small token of our sincere appreciation for you, as well as for all the DAP customers who have stayed with us for years and have continued to support us with your purchases and renewals, we are giving away this module to all current DAP users for free. Yep, that's right, for absolutely no charge at all. When the upcoming DAP version 4.7 is launched, you will be able to download it for free from the members area. You will need the latest version of DAP for this module, so if your access to DAP support and upgrades has expired, you will find a link below that tells you where you can renew it. Now, let's take a look at how it works. You can access DAP Doctor from DAP Admin Dashboard, System, DAP Doctor. You will only see the option for DAP Doctor if you are on DAP 4.7 or above. This is not supported in old versions of DAP. Also, if your access to DAP upgrades and support has expired, you will not be able to use this module. To be able to access it, your access to support and upgrades must be current. Now let's take a look at the different features that the DAP Doctor has. The very first one, login issues. Login is one of the most commonly reported issues. Why can't my users log in? Why my users are landing on a sorry page when they log in? Or why are they getting a 404 error page when they log in? If you eliminate all possible causes of a login issue, then most likely you will never have to deal with the login issue again on your website. As long as your users use the right email ID and password and their account in DAP is active, they should be able to log in. We generally send our customers a checklist that contains 9 to 10 steps that describes what might have caused the login issue. When the customers go through that list, they are able to figure out themselves what might have caused the login issue. Now, you don't have to go through that list anymore manually because DAP Doctor is here to help. All you have to do is select a problem category, say why my users cannot log in, feed in the email ID of any user on your site who's having a login issue. Even if you have multiple users that have login issue, just enter email ID of any one of the user and the solution the DAP Doctor will generate will most likely apply to all of your users. Click on why can't this user log in button and it will generate a report that will tell you all about the user and what might be causing the login issue. In this case, all the checks seems to have passed. This user should not have any issues with login. Cache plugin check, session check, PHP configuration check, user status check. It also produces a table that will give you a snapshot of the user and the products that they have, all the access dates to the product. It will also tell you about post-login landing page and whether that page is accessible by the user or whether it's a protected page and not available to the user. It will give you the entire report. And as long as you fix the root cause of the login problem, hopefully it will fix it for other users as well. And you don't have to manually check this for every other user. There are other categories as well. Why are my users landing on this page upon login? So if you expect the users to land on page A when they log in, but you see that they are landing on page B instead of A, and you want to know why, then you can just put in the email ID of the user that you believe is landing on the wrong page and say where will this user land when they log in, and it will tell you where they will land based on the products that the user has, the status, and your setting. So it will give you the entire report, and once you start understanding how this works and apply a fix or fix the root cause of the problem, it will hopefully apply to other users as well, and you will no longer have a post-login landing issue for rest of your users as well. If you're having issues with 404 error page when your users are logging in, select that category, select the email ID of any one user with that issue, enter your WordPress blog folder name. If your WordPress is in the root folder, just leave it empty. Now when you click on this button, it will tell you exactly what the problem is. If there is no problem, it will tell you that as well. So our goal is not just to eliminate problem or fix the problem that is happening to a particular user, but our goal is to educate our customers in such a way where they understand what can possibly cause a problem and eliminate it altogether so it will never happen again in future. If you have a lot of protected content and you have protected that under, say, multiple products, and you want a quick list or a quick snapshot of all the products under which the content is protected, just select the URL Protected tab in DAP Doctor. Then select the URL. If it's a WordPress page or post, you will see it listed here. Just select it, or you can just enter the full URL. If it's a WordPress category or if it's a static file like a PDF file, just enter the full URL here in this format and say list all the products under which this content is protected. It will give you a list of all the products under which this content is protected. It will also give you the drip setting of that content under that product, which could be different for each product. In this case, it just happens to be the same. So you can see this entire list here. Two most commonly asked questions by our customers. Why can't my user access protected content? I'm pretty sure I have configured DAP correctly. There are no issues. I'm pretty sure this user should have access to this content, but for some reason, this user cannot get to it. What is causing this problem? Or, I'm pretty sure I have configured DAP in such a way where my user should not be able to access this protected content. So why is this user able to get to this content when it is protected? What is causing this? Now DAP Doctor can answer those questions for you. So all you have to do is select the right problem category, say why can't this user access this content, and then enter the email ID of the user with this issue, and then select the content, any content that you think the user should be able to access but is not able to access. So say if this is the URL, if it's a static URL, just enter the full URL. If it's a page or post, just select it here and just say get me the cause of this issue, and the DAP Doctor will find everything for you and tell you exactly what's wrong. In this case, there is no issue. This user should be able to get to this content. As you can see here, everything looks fine, all checks. Now say that I just change the status of this user to inactive. Automatically you can see now this user can't get to it, and DAP Doctor will tell you why. It will tell you this user status is not active. See, it's no longer checked. It will tell you this user is not eligible because this user's status is not active, or the user does not have access to product under which this content is protected. So it will tell you all the reasons why this user can get to this product protected content. Similarly, if you say why is this user able to get to it and say find the cause, it will tell you, is DAP allowing access to the content that the user is not eligible for? It will tell you yes or no. It says no, DAP is not allowing it because this user is not eligible. So you will know the reasons and what's causing the problem, select the right category and enter the right details, and you will know the reason yourself, and hopefully you can fix it in such a way where this will never happen again. If you have any kind of WordPress sync issues, just go to WordPress Sync tab in the DAP Doctor, enter the email ID of any user that's having sync issues, enter the WordPress blog folder. If it's in, say, a folder called members, enter members. If your WordPress is in the root folder, just leave it empty. Then just say generate sync report. It will tell you all about the user and whether the user is in sync or out of sync with WordPress. In this case, it says sync action, no such user in WordPress. It's a new user. You want it to sync to WordPress. You can click on the sync user above to resync the user. So this user was never in sync with WordPress. So all you have to do here is, as you can see here, the WordPress username email is blank, password check, did not say anything here, which means it failed. So all you have to do here is say sync user to WordPress. It will say, are you sure you want to sync? If you are sure, just say okay, and it should sync the user, and it says created new user in WordPress. So everything should be set now. All you have to do now is just say generate the sync report again, and this time it should say everything looks fine. It does. Everything looks fine. You can click on the sync user to resync. You no longer have to because you just did that. So you are all set. Now in this case, now you can see username, email matches the WordPress username, and the email matches the WordPress email, and the password check says passed. So you are all set. This user is in sync. So now if you log into DAP, the user should get automatically logged into WordPress. If you have any email delivery issues on your site, select the Test Email Delivery tab in the DAP Doctor, enter email ID of any user who is not receiving email, select email action, whether it's a send test email or send welcome or double opt-in email. You can select one of the categories. Say you're trying to just send a test email and make sure that all the emails are being sent correctly. And then just select subject and email body. Now here we have a nice editor here. You can format your HTML email here. And you don't have to enter any special tags to send email in HTML format because it will do that automatically. And just say send email. It will tell you whether or not the email was sent successfully to the user. Now here you can see that the email delivery failed, and the reason was because it says the third-party SMTP server is not configured correctly. The credentials are not right. Now I did that on purpose just to show you that error message. Now here in DAP email SMTP, you can tell DAP whether to connect DAP to a third-party SMTP server to send emails or to use your local web host to send emails. Here I deactivated the local web host, so it is sending email through the third-party SMTP service. I did not configure it correctly. These are wrong credentials. I did that just to test it. Now this is activated. Now when I sent email, it says this is incorrect. These credentials are not right. So if I had entered it correctly, it would have worked, but because I didn't, it didn't. So now I will go ahead and deactivate the third party and just configure the local web host SMTP server to send emails. And now when I go back and say send email, it should be able to send it successfully. Now it sent it successfully. So it's as simple as that. DAP is not an email server. DAP can only trigger the sending of emails. It cannot make sure the email actually lands in the user's mailbox. DAP can connect to your web host to send emails or to third-party SMTP service like Amazon SES or Auth SMTP to send emails. If you have any email delivery issues and here you see a report that says email was actually sent, then you will have to check with your web host and find out why the email is not being delivered, because that's not controlled by DAP. Another cool feature of DAP Doctor is the DAP cron status check. If you want to know if the DAP hourly cron is running and when it ran last, all you have to do is select the DAP cron status tab in DAP Doctor, say check cron status, and it will tell you if the cron is running and when it ran last. Another cool feature of the DAP Doctor is the DAP Autoresponder test. If you want to know exactly what email a user is scheduled to receive based on their membership life to a product, all you have to do is say, go to the Autoresponder tab, select the email ID of the user, select the name of the product, and say check Autoresponder delivery status. It will tell you whether the cron is running or not, because cron is required to send out the Autoresponder emails. And it will tell you what day of membership the user is currently on. If this user is on day 12 of membership to a product, they are only going to receive the emails that are scheduled to drip on day 12. So basically this will calculate and tell you exactly where the user is as far as the membership life is concerned to that product, and what emails the user is scheduled to receive based on their membership life and based on the drip setting of that email in the DAP Autoresponder tab of that product. We are just getting started on DAP Doctor. We have several plans for improving it, making it even better. Sky is the limit in terms of what all it can do for you and how automated your DAP system can be. We are going to keep improving it until you are satisfied and we are satisfied with the results. We are going to be adding a full-fledged payment module in future. It's not there currently. It's a lot of work because DAP integrates with several different processors, but we will get there. Similarly, a full-fledged health check or a launch readiness check, we are going to add that module also because we get several requests from our users asking us to check the DAP configuration and see if everything is set okay and if it's launch ready. And we are going to make sure that DAP Doctor does it for you. So there will be a checklist, it will go through everything and it will tell you exactly what's right or what might be missing. So you can check that list before you go live. Or even if you are already live and you want to check if everything's okay with DAP Health, you can do that here. Again, this is still work in progress. We just started on some basic config check here and we will be adding a lot more stuff in this module. This is Veena Prashanth. Thanks for watching.